Jamaica, come close. Take a walk with me. Today, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to soften it. I'm here because your life, your family, your children, your communities, they're all at risk. And right now, Jamaica, you don't even see it coming. Jamaica, we just felt a 5.6 magnitude earthquake. That, Jamaica, was a warning. And I'm going to tell you why you cannot ignore it. United Oil and Gas, a United Kingdom company, has acquired 22,400 square kilometers of our southern seabeds. And one of their biggest oil prospects is called the Thunderball Lead, and it sits on the eastern side of our island. Yes, the same size that we've been getting these cluster of earthquakes from. Yes, the Thunderball Lead is the largest oil prospect this company have. But this is not just about oil, Jamaica. This is about the rotated fault block that this oil prospect sits on. So let me explain what a rotated fault block is in words that you cannot miss. A rotated fault block is a piece of Earth's crust that has been tilted, stressed out, and fractured over millions of years. It stores energy, and that energy causes earthquakes. This is not theory, Jamaica. This is geology. Jamaica, it gets worse. You see that rotated fault block? It sits on top of some dangerous fault system, the Enrique Plantain Garden Fault Zone and the Walton Fault. And these are active tectonic boundaries. Those faults move, they release energy, Jamaica, and they do not ask for permission. And let's not forget, Jamaica, that Hurricane Melissa sat over the eastern side of our island for days, stirring up sediments, churned the seabed, stirred up pressure, and made our seabed even more unstable. And what did this company do, United Oil and Gas, right after the hurricane that happened October 28, 2025, November, they went straight out there, non-stop, full force ahead with their piston core sampling and seismic blasting. Yes, industrial activity right on top of an already stressed out, tilted, fractured crust. And right after that, we've been having these minor earthquakes that's been happening in clusters, Jamaica. More often, getting stronger, not random. If you don't believe me, check the University of the West Indies earthquake data. Clusters, rising magnitudes. Jamaica, this is a pattern. Jamaica, we are not ready. Not for a 5.6 magnitude, not for a 6.0, and definitely not for a 7. Hospitals can barely handle the normal daily load. Our evacuation routes are untested. There is no vertical evacuation plan. Jamaica, we have nothing. And emergency alerts, they are patchy at best. Our lives are at risk, Jamaica. Our ports, our fuel, our tourism. You see, if an earthquake triggers a tsunami, Jamaica, we have less than 20 minutes from the offshore rupture to the eastern coast. Think about that, Jamaica. 20 minutes. Do you see it yet, Jamaica? If not, let me break it down because it is stacked against us. Their biggest oil prospects sits on a rotated fault block that is stressed, tilted, and fractured. The seabed is already stressed out, so it's been releasing hydrocarbon naturally. Don't forget that Hurricane Melissa churned and turned for days over that side of our island, which caused sediments, disruption, pressure, and a more unstable seabed. And then they're out there with their seismic blasting and their sonar blasting and a piston core sampling, industrial activity in a very unstable seabed. And let's not forget that that rotated fault block sits on top of fault systems, major active tectonic boundaries, Enrique Plantain Fault Garden Zone and the Walton Fault. Now we're having minor earthquakes that's coming in clusters and increasing in magnitude. And Jamaica is unprepared. We're not prepared structurally. We're not prepared for mass casualty. We're at major risk. This Jamaica is stacked risk. And if we ignore these stacked risks, we all be unalived. The Thunderball oil prospect that United Oil and Gas is out there surveying is huge. It's a huge oil prospect. It's a big prime trap for oil. But Jamaica, it's also a geological pressure cooker. You see, when nature moves, tectonics, they don't negotiate. Contracts cannot stop it. And press releases definitely cannot stop it. Jamaica, these minor tremors are warnings to us. Not panic, not fear, warnings. And every cluster, every 5.6, 3.6, 4.5, every tremor is nature telling us to pay attention. We cannot wait, Jamaica, we must prepare. Map every evacuation route. Drill vertical evacuation plans. I know this is far-fetched, but strengthen the hospitals and the emergency care. Provide real-time seismic data monitoring. Drill emergency alerts and communication. Educate the fisher folk. Educate coastal communities. Educate families. Educate everyone. Because if a larger earthquake or offshore rupture hits Jamaica, it is being prepared that will save our lives. And right now, preparedness in Jamaica is very thin. Hurricanes, tides, fault blocks Jamaica. They do not wait. Minor earthquakes in Jamaica are increasing. And Thunderbolt Lee, that big oil prospect, it's all up in the mix. Hydrocarbons are naturally seeping up from our disturbed and already unstable seabed. And exploration, whether you like it or not, is in full force. We cannot stop tectonic Jamaica, but we can prepare to survive. Remember, history is brutal. 1692, Port Royal sank. 1907, Kingston was leveled. 2010, Haiti was devastated. Jamaica is beautiful, but beauty does not stop. Earthquakes, tsunamis, contracts, and press releases does not stop nature. You see this Thunderbolt oil lead that's sitting over a rotated fault block, that's sitting over Enrique Plantain Garden fault system and the Walton fault system. Jamaica, it is a warning. It is not a panic, it's not prediction, it is a signal. The earth is moving. We are having minor tremors in clusters. Magnitudes in earthquakes are rising and our infrastructure is very weak. And we already know that the disaster response is fully underdeveloped. So Jamaica, we must act now, not tomorrow, no. Wake up, educate, prepare, drill and demand. Yes, demand transparency, Jamaica. Strengthen the infrastructure, alert the fisher folk, alert the coastal communities and the families. The earth is moving whether we believe it or not. And the next wave, Jamaica, may be minutes, not hours. Jamaica, this is your warning. Jamaica, this is your call. So prepare now.